morning, it's 9 o'clock. We will convene as drainage trustees. We have two items of business as trustees to take care of. The first item was a drainage claim, which we actually approved the payment of, but today we actually signed the warrant for that. That was with the Tile Pros on DD 187 lateral G in Vernon Township, section 5. For $4,965.18. And that did have the qualified signature on it. Do you need anything action or since we did it last week? We're good.
That's fine.
Okay. And then approval of the minutes of last week. If you'd read those, please.
Last week's minutes for February 18th, 2025. The Wright County Board of Supervisors met in regular session as trustees of the drainage districts with the following members present: Rick Rasmussen via Zoom, Dean Clues, Lynn Lukes, Ashley Bosch, and Betty Ellis via Zoom. Also present were Deb Nesheim, Deputy Auditor, and Courtney Morris, Drainage Administrator. Motion by Rasmussen and seconded by Clues to call the meeting to order. Motion carried. Morris presented the following drainage invoice for Tile Pros for DD 187 lateral D in the amount of $4,965.18. There were no drainage claims needing approval. There were no minutes needing approval, and there were no work orders needing approval. Motion by Clues and seconded by Bosch to adjourn the meeting. Motion carried.
Are there any additions or corrections?
Did I miss, did you have Lynn and Rick as?
Yes.
Zoom?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Okay, they'll stand approved as read. And I would accept the motion to adjourn as drainage trustees.
So moved.
Second.
Second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. We will convene now as the Board of Supervisors, acting as the Board of Supervisors. You have the tentative agenda before you. I would accept the motion to approve that unless there's any additions.
I motion to accept.
Okay,
Second that.
I have a motion and a second to approve the agenda as presented. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Carried. Deb, if you would read, please, the minutes of the February 18th meeting.
February 18, 2025, the Board of Supervisors met as Drainage District trustees. To view the minutes from the drainage meeting, see the Drainage District minutes on the county website. Chairman Pro Tem Clues called the regular meeting of the Wright County Board of Supervisors to order at 9:02 a.m. Members present were Clues, Bosch, and Lukes, with Ellis and Rasmussen present via Zoom. Motion by Bosch and second by Lukes to approve the tentative agenda. Motion carries. Minutes of the previous regular meeting of February 10th, 2025 were read and approved. Approved claims for payment. Adam Clemens, Wright County Engineer, gave an update on the current bridge construction and secondary roads department. The board discussed the mental health data release. It was suggested that they visit with the county attorney to decide what information should be released. Motion by Luke, seconded by Bosch to adjourn the meeting. Motion carries.
Are there any additions or corrections? Hearing none, they'll stand approved as read. Claims have been around and signed. Open forum for public input. Anyone online that would like to address the board?
I'll just let the rest of the board know, we had a cooperating partner that had received $1 million grant for development and construction for nitrogen reducing wetlands. And we couldn't find willing landowners, so that cooperating partner had to turn that back. We can't move it to a different project. We also had to turn down $156,000 in habitat stamp that we were awarded because we couldn't come to terms with another partner on a project for land acquisition. So,
Thank you for the update. Tough to turn away those kind of dollar figures. Anyone else? No one else. Item number 9, review and act on liquor license for Nine and Dine in Eagle Grove pending the draft.
Do you have a folder?
Oh my God.
No, I do not.
I'm sorry.
I was like,
Okay, State of Iowa Again, pending Graham for 9 and Dine, which is in Eagle Grove. This is at the country club. And the expiration date would be March 3rd of 2026.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the liquor, alcoholic beverage license for 9 and Dine in Eagle Grove, pending, completion of their dram. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. And review and act on health insurance plans for fiscal year 2026. You're up, sir.
So part of this actually is, it's what when we had the meeting with Assured Partners.
Yep.
We have the paperwork that we need to sign and send back to them by February 28th, so.
Okay,
It was decided at that time that you guys were gonna try to get some more information on the POS plan rather than the PPO plan. I don't know if you guys got any more information. I know
not to
I
my
think
knowledge.
Ryan with Assured Partners had said that there was maybe a couple other counties that have gone to the POS plan. I don't know if you guys have reached out to those counties.
The last I knew, we were gonna stick with, is it 11C?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
11C,
PPO plan,
yeah.
And then try to do more research on the other, so we're not feeling pushed.
yeah.
That's,
I
that,
agree with
that's
that.
actually my recommendation,
Okay,
because there's nuances inside the plan that I know aren't dramatically different, but there is gonna be a potential cost to the side fund on that, but we don't have the statistical data to say what is that cost and how would those adversely affect our area.
okay.
So,
And are we able to get statistics on?
we're working on that with Blue Cross Blue Shield right now to get that,
Okay,
what is basically in the PPO or HMO or POS
Mhm.
network that they have and how that would be affected. And then the idea is to lay out exactly what those are, meet with everybody, discuss how that's gonna have a working session to discuss that. And then walk through those changes, and then based on that, is it worth the change or not?
Right.
Or here's the amount that it's gonna cost to make that change,
Yeah.
or projected cost, because we're dealing with claims, each year claims are different, so.
because our
nothing
side fund can still process claims like we normally do.
To
The
an extent,
Auxilium,
yes, there would be a few changes inside that we would have to,
because right now it mirrors whatever Walmart does, Auxilium mirrors it, right?
Auxilium can only pay what is authorized payment by Walmart.
Okay,
So any of those claims that are processed by Walmart are sent to Auxilium, then they're processed and paid, buying down to each individual's election of the deductible. It would be how that would change moving to the POS, what additional costs we may be subject to for those changes, and then what are the projections on those numbers?
Yeah.
So that we're conservatively maintaining the side fund at the correct level without any issues.
Seems to me like there was something that was brought up about, the files normally processed through automatically, and if we switch to this other one,
There'll be a manual process.
there would be a
on some of them.
manual, right?
Yeah, on some of them, and those are the ones that we need to work out, and then also get with providers in our community to make sure that they're all
Right.
have the opportunity to be a part of that.
Okay.
Which I have reached out to some of those as of right now, we just don't have all of them contracted where they need to be.
Okay. Any other questions? Hearing none, I'd take a motion to, proceed with our health insurance for fiscal year 2026, with, Assured Partners under the 11C plan.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor can signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Item number 11, Amanda Meyer, the auditor, to reappoint her deputy auditor.
So as a new elected official, it's my understanding that I am supposed to reappoint or
Okay.
appoint a deputy, so I'm appointing Deb this time.
Okay,
Totally new
So
person.
weird.
I know.
Okay, I would make a motion to appoint, to approve, the auditor's appointment of, Deb Nessine as the deputy.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
There a form you have to sign?
Not in the folder that I've seen.
Okay.
Not that we found in the code.
You know where the election stuff is, there's a bottom drawer and it's appointment of deputies. And I think like Jason uses it when he does his, what are they called?
Servers,
Servers, yeah.
civil servers.
Civil servants, yeah. But I think you use that same form.
Okay, I'll find it and
Okay.
have
Okay.
some next week.
Adam Clemens, secondary roads update.
Just a quick update, I kind of gave you a little bit of rundown last week of snow response, but I'll do it again. 216, which was Sunday, blowing snow and moderate drifting on hard surface, so we had the trucks and motor graders go out. And then on Monday, we actually did not have to have the trucks go out. The hard surfaces held pretty well, but we had to go back out on Monday with the granular shifters just because the blowing and drifting. 12 work orders completed this week. You'll start to see over at the concrete plant over by Goldfield, our excavator is sitting there. So if you see it, they're actually, because Yonko sold out to Semstone, and we reached out to Semstone to get all that broken concrete for riprap and possible crushing. And they said, yeah, come on in and get it. So
Wow.
we're actually over there doing that, and then I think we're gonna do the one up in Belmont too, so.
Are you actually placing it or you're stockpiling?
We're stockpiling in Eagle Grove right now, so
Okay.
for option of bridges,
Yeah.
and then I'll maybe crushing it in the future.
Great.
So for granular, because we do have a pile of recycled concrete that we crushed a couple years with Sadler
Okay.
Construction at the Eagle Grove shed currently, so we'll crush that down to about a 3/4 inch, 1 inch roadstone size and use it for shouldering and spot rock if we need to.
Great.
So that's all I have.
Okay. Any
Thank you.
questions for Adam?
Oh, they are pouring the footing today
Excellent.
at the bridge.
On the
So
east.
on the east side, and it sounds like they're gonna stay on the east side and finish up everything on the east side and then move to the west.
Okay.
So they'll get their pier done and then their abutment done and then switch on over. So they had a good day, they're gonna have a good week, and get a little greasy down there.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. So walking will be,
Sleds.
yeah.
Big
essentially.
sled down.
Yeah,
Right.
Thank you.
Okay, Robert, you got here a little bit late. Did you want to address the board with something?
The only thing, no, I've been ready to go to the mic a while, okay, but the sound, is that the only thing that picks up the sound for you guys up there?
To my knowledge, but I'd have to check with Andy for sure. Seemed to me like there's speakers back there
Yeah,
also.
because if there's
I remember.
a large crowd and you're zooming, you can hear people when they're talking back in here.
Okay,
But up here, cause I think the last week when I was on, it was sitting over here, the mic. And Ashley and Lynn have softer voices, I can always hear you pretty good. But I'm sitting here today and I know my hearing's okay, but when Betty turned her head just a little, I couldn't even hardly hear, it's just sitting right here too.
all right.
So
We'll
we need to
take that
speak
into
up.
consideration.
You know,
Thank
it's
you.
just, something
Yeah.
Yeah,
Any old business or new business or meetings?
so we do need to set the max levy hearing date. And do you have a schedule, I think?
That was gonna be done for now.
Okay. And then, and so we need to start thinking, do you have like a time frame or a date that works?
I would have to look.
Okay, no problem. So we'll have to try to get that scheduled so we
Good.
don't get late. Kyle Pone from Farm Bureau, regional guy, he did ask for the packet, and so I'm going to
Excellent.
get that together for him. And he'd like it in Excel so that other counties can try to get theirs
Good.
updated, something similar to that. And then the Kathy Erickson, who is our mental health advocate
Yep.
with the 4 counties, she is going to email me the the agreement or the 28E. I looked on the Secretary of State's website this weekend and could not find it, that it was filed.
Sure.
But I may have been, you have to search in a bunch of different ways, and so.
Well, it
hopefully
seems
I
to me
can find
that
it.
was through CICS, right?
Yes,
Remember, I wanna say 2 months ago, Rick had brought the 28E agreement because it had not been updated and it had not been filed with the state. So
that was not a part of this.
it
though.
wasn't?
No,
Okay, all
no,
right.
because this is a separate one, because we're with CICS, Wright County is, and the other 3 counties are with Rolling Hills, another region. And so, the 4 counties, which would be Webster, Pokey, Humboldt and Wright, got together and got a mental health advocate.
Okay.
And she is, the employer of record is Humboldt. And so it was, and then CICS pays 25%, and then Rolling Hills pays the 3/4 of it,
Okay.
since of her salary for reimbursement.
Okay.
And
So
then
it
the
should be
concern,
transparent to
Yeah.
us. I mean,
Yeah.
as far as,
and then, and so the new system will be through IPAC, which is the Iowa Public something, IPCA.
Yeah.
And, which is the new, ASO and all these other alphabetic.
Different
acronyms.
acronyms.
Yes,
I couldn't keep up with them either.
right. And so there, Humboldt and Kathy Erickson's concern is the IPCA, the new state, going to reimburse for the mental health advocates, in which, Russell Wood didn't see that there would be any problem at all. And that's, those positions are the most secure positions through this whole merger thing.
yeah, and how that relationship is affected with the 28E, because some of those counties that are in ours are not in our district. I think
Yeah,
it
now
is.
it's a new district.
Yeah,
So you
now we
have,
gotta,
and the regions are gonna stay,
okay,
and they're gonna do the developmental disabilities portions of it. The way I understand, and Russell's very good at explaining it.
okay,
But the mental health, which is now gonna be called behavioral health, is going to be paired off, skimmed off of it, and the state's taken that part over. So it's a whole new look.
there's mud.
And as Jen said, in the infinite wisdom of our legislature, they forgot to fund a transition period. So July 1, 2025 is when the new state takes over, but they didn't.
Undo all the
They-
old stuff.
Well, yeah, and they didn't fund any money, so you try to hire people to run the state system, but there's no money to fund them, so they're still working out a bunch of hiccups.
Okay. Then at 16:30 is the budget hearing for the assessors. That's today in this office, correct? And then I have a building families meeting this afternoon. And I was supposed to go snowmobiling, but it's looking like the weather's not cooperating. So I think I will be attending my Midas meeting on Wednesday and my CFR meeting on Thursday.
Sorry for you, but thank you. We like warm weather.
Other meetings.
I have the Eagle Grove banquet tonight, the
Okay.
CBC banquet tonight.
Where's that held at?
Rails.
Okay. Very good. Anything else to be brought before the board? Okay, hearing none, I'd accept the motion to adjourn.
So move to adjourn the meeting.
I'll second.
A motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Safe travels home, Rick.
You bet, thanks.
See ya.